noise for Maino in here right now.
Yeah.
Yo, the album about to drop 12.
Yeah.
You ready?
I'm always ready. Born ready.
13 songs of realness. I'm admiring the transition and the evolution of Maino. You know, it's hard for me to refer to you as Maino because, you know, we have our own relationship. I call you Jermaine.
She call me Jermaine. The world call me Jermaine though now.
She's very disrespectful.
I fell in love with my real name a year ago.
Yeah? Why?
I fell in love with it. I don't know. I was just
what was the problem before?
Growing up, I hated my name.
Why?
It wasn't cool. It wasn't like Rakim or nothing. Like Sean or something like.
Here come that yellow nigga Jermaine.
Yeah, it was like they said I was light skinned and I always felt like I was dark.
My nigga.
Yeah, I never identified with being light skinned ever.
We trans dark skin.
Yeah, I never liked that.
Trans dark skin. That's new.
I know I'm supposed to be dark skinned.
Mm-hmm.
Like all my dark skin emojis, like my shit.
Yo, you really
I'm brown.
up in that too.
I'm brown.
I'm dark. Like I'm me and Wesley Snipes. There's no difference between us, honestly.
Yeah.
That's a reach, but I
right.
hear
Yeah. It's like I feel you though.
Okay. On everything I love.
On everything I love.
How excited are you, man?
I'm excited. I feel good. I feel good just to be here. I feel good just to be still in the game and doing what I want to do and, you know, making a living for myself and feed my kids and enjoying my life.
Yeah.
And you got that new store.
New store. A lot of new stuff going on, even outside of music. So, you know, it just feels good to get to a point where I start to do real business outside of music and really start to use my creative side to not just do music, just, you know, clothing and fashion and just being creative outside of music. We producing other things, so it feels good.
Yeah, the last time we were all together, you were pumping your collaboration with Fila.
Yeah, remember that? Yeah, I had my first sneaker with Fila. That did well. That was good. That was the first time that I actually got a chance to work with a real brand and actually design my own sneakers. So that was dope for me.
That was super dope, man.
That was like a dream.
It was.
Yeah.
It was. I remember when you did the release out in Brooklyn in Flatbush.
Yeah,
that was crazy.
Yeah.
Because this is a special project for you.
They all special projects for me. I always feel like my projects is always a mix of party and pain. Like I like to talk about my life. I like to talk about my struggles. I like to talk about the things I go through. Because for me, I never got to a point in my career or my artistry that I wasn't still going through real stuff. I always was having a headache, no matter what, no matter how high I was feeling or how many, you know, accolades I got or whatever I achieved. It was always things that I dealt with in my life that I felt like was like, man, I thought music was gonna take me away from this, but it doesn't. You know, we all still real people at the end of the day. It's just that music is what I do for a living. So like my last project was called Party. You know what? I put out another project called Jermaine, right? But right before that was a project called Party and Pain, and I named it that because I felt like that's the type of music that I make. You know, I make Party and Pain music that you might be able to feel, and then some music that you might be able to, you know, rock to. So I kind of mix it up.
Now, what's the like overall difference between the Maino that put out his first project, Fresh Home, when you're out there on the promo run, running up on DJs to play the record, to now on Everything I Love? What's that maturation like?
Oh man, we start getting money. You start to try to, you know, for me, I only been two places in my life. That was in the streets and that was in prison. And then what you seen when I first came home was me basically trying to adapt to a world that I didn't understand. So I come from a place that was like super violent, and it was just like I was taught that that's how you handled all your problems. So I was having a lot of issues in the industry because I just really didn't know. And then after a while, after music started to work and I started to travel and I started to see different places and tap into different cultures, then I got to see that the world was bigger than the hood, and you know, and it just broadened my mind. It just got me to a point where I was just like, man, you know what? They lied to us. Like, the world ain't just hood. Like, I ain't like, because I was walking in the rooms and they wasn't understanding what I was talking about. You understand? It was, what you mean? Y'all double back and y'all was in the car and y'all had guns and y'all was shooting. I'm like, what? That's not how you handle problems, Maino. You understand? So I had to learn. So I had to unlearn some of the other stuff that I went through and learn, you know, what it is today.
And in that maturation, you're in the hood a lot. You're somebody that people in Bed-Stuy feel like it's tangible. Like, oh, if, at some point we're gonna see Maino. We talk to Maino or something.
Yeah.
What happened with Nipsey? Does that affect how you move now in Brooklyn?
I think about it all the time. I think about death all the time. I think about living. I think about, you know, because one of the scariest things for me is like when you think about somebody that died, you think that, did they think that this was going to be their day? Like they got in the shower and put on their socks like everybody else in here, and put on their t-shirt, you know, might have ate something and was thinking about tomorrow and thinking about the next day. They didn't know that this was going to be their last day. So I kind of, from young, I always thought about that. I always thought about, man, is this the day? And it's just that, like, as an artist, you put in danger. You go into cities that you're not from. You go into, you know, countries that you're not from, so it can happen. But being in your own neighborhood is definitely also, it's also a thing, because people don't always love you. You know, I believe that it's more love than it's hate. I just believe that. I believe that the love always outshines the hate, but it's always a small element of people that just hate themselves more than anything, and just, you know, would love to see your destruction.
How do you balance staying true to you while amidst all of this ruckus in the industry?
I always feel like the real is going to prevail, because a lot of what's going on is just fads. It's just cool for now, but you know, reality is not a fad. It just doesn't go in and out of style. Being yourself is always going to be cool to me. You understand? I'm not the dude that's going to be dancing and stuff like that. I'm just not good at it. You understand? So it was times when I needed it. I needed to remind myself, because the industry will have you doubting yourself. Damn, my shit not working. Am I really not that good? So some of the voices that you got to quiet is, and the loudest voices is the one that's in your own mind. We got to continue to be supremely confident at what we do, because if not, then we're gonna fall back and we're gonna fall to the insecurities that sometimes we feel.
You've released like a project at least a year.
Yeah,
then
sometimes
been on TV. Like, where did that work ethic come from? If you're already like so real with yourself, like, all right, my shit might not be the most fire in the world, but I'm gonna keep putting this shit out. Where did that come from?
Nah, my shit is the most fire in the world. I'm not
that part.
I'm not the biggest in the world, but
yeah, that's right.
But it's being humble. It's being hungry.
Now, so we see a lot of artists coming out right now that come from a similar background as us, and a lot of people in this room, and that's not the gimmick, but that's what they're being tagged as, right? Like when you first came in, We'll Take You, right? And everybody was like, oh, super gangster, super thug, super.
Right.
How were you able to shake that tag and have people look at you as they look at you now as just Maino?
I'm still trying to shake that. I mean, it's when you start to get to a point where you see that you may be blocking some of your blessings because of certain behavior or certain posture that you represent, and you kind of running the money away. You understand? Like, what you got to say to yourself, what we really here for? Like, we here for opportunity. I ain't go through all of what I went through, all the hell that I've been in, all of the strife I had to overcome just to get here, just to mess it up. That don't even make sense. Like, people that's really active in the street don't want to be in the street forever. The plan is to elevate. Like, criminal elevation is the greatest. Like, what? Like, you mean that I don't have to finish the way I started? I could be out here and actually become a millionaire with 2 felonies and hella prison time and all this violence that I come from and all these drugs? No, we gonna straighten up. We're gonna put these shoes on and put that suit on, and we're gonna do whatever we gotta do, and we're gonna walk in these buildings and we're gonna present ourselves the right way.